In this episode, I'm going to show you how to make a nice looking house in Minecraft. This is going to be broken into multiple steps, so, yeah. First off, you don't want something like this. This is horrible. This is awful. You look at some villages like this, you think, that house is pretty good. I'm going to kill all the people in there and live there instead. Because, you just keep building crap like this. I just need something better than this. Well, guess what? I'll teach you. But first, we need to build a house first. Alright, you got yourself a house now. And as you may notice, it's pretty bad. Well, why is it bad, you ask? Well, everything. Let's face it, you don't know how to build. But, in a game where you should know how to build, I'm gonna help you out there. First of all, let's look at this house. Pretty bland walls, if you ask me. If you're a fan of oak logs, or oak planks, or any kind of planks of wood, I can help you out. First thing you want to do is, well, not use one kind of, block for your wall. If you want, you can use oak planks. Go ahead, use oak planks. Nothing wrong with that. Now you got your oak planks. But the thing is, you can't leave this as a wall. It's horrible. So, let's say you want a spruce log. You got a spruce log now. Put that on the side. And there you go. The wall is now looking a little bit better. If you go ahead and, add maybe a rim at the top, looks even nicer. Or even a rim at the bottom. Adds a little bit of color to your wall, which is something that we need to make it look nice. Something you can even do is take that out a bit. Now it makes it look even thicker. Add the wall thing on the top, and now you got a really nice wall. Well, for the outside, at least. If you look on the inside of your house, it's still pretty bland. But again, this is where different kinds of blocks come into handy. Never ever use one kind of block for a wall, or I'll hunt you down. It's already looking a little bit better. But let's face it, this isn't exactly the greatest. This isn't exactly like being the Ender Dragon kind of good. This is pretty bad, but also it's an improvement. This is where windows come into handy. Of course, you have blocks. Whoops. Of course, you have blocks and you have panes. It's really good to pick between the two. Personally, I think panes is better. It adds a little bit of depth to your windows. Now, let's say you get yourself some grass. Maybe get some flowers. I forgot flowers aren't named flowers. Okay, I forgot every flower in the game is different now. Get some alternating flowers. Put one there, put that there, put that there. I'm missing one. And would you look at that? I realized I forgot something. Now would you look at that? That looks so much better. You don't exactly have to pick the same blocks that I did. But it's good if you're going to build a wall, pick about 2 to 3 different blocks you want to use. You want to have a thing on the side to add sections to your wall, the base block, and then like a rimming job, top or bottom. If you do it on the top, then you have room for stuff you can put on the outside. Of course, on the inside of your build, it's going to be a little bit different. Let's face it, this is already 100% better than it was. But it's not the best it can be. Of course, you can also use other kinds of woods. Oak and spruce, I think, personally go really well together. But when you get to other woods like birch, it gets a little complicated. Mainly because no one likes to use it at all. The wall's getting much better, but even to add some more depth, you can change the color of your windows. Like, woo, did you know window panes, have color? Like, wow, that's so cool. Let's face it, you're not going to use like 90% of the colors here. But there's one, which actually you can barely see, light gray. Personally, I think this goes really well with any kind of window. Adds a little bit of color to the window. And it doesn't even really take that much color from the outside. This gives it a little bit of a tint. You've already made your walls so much better. But you can even change it more from here. What I have in front of me is another oak wall. Wow. Don't know how you figured that out. But if we're going to do this, to make another kind of wood wall, we need new blocks to add. I think logs are a really good pillar base. It really helps with depth in the building. You can pick a stripped dark oak log if you want. Again, this just adds a little bit of rimming, which helps the outside of the build and gives it a little bit of depth into the room. And then I added the window. But did you know you can add blinds to your windows? Well, sort of. If you get trapdoors and do it like this, now it adds a little bit of like a blind that you can put out. I mean, you can't, but it looks like you can. Then the last part of this build, we need a rim. Personally, with oak wood, I really think that stone bricks help. Did I pick infested stone bricks? I think that normal stone bricks help a lot. And already that adds a much different color scheme to your wall. Again, on the inside, you're going to need to change it up a little bit. You don't really have to keep the same kind of rimming, because after all, if you add another wall on the side, it's not really going to show. By adding in this wall, you can't really see the rim of the outside, so it doesn't really matter. But at least this way, with the stone bricks, it gives a little bit of depth to your walls. Personally, I think as a starter wood, oak is actually pretty good. A little bright, not too bright, not even that dark. It doesn't really matter. And it kind of goes well with all kinds of dark woods. You really just have to pick the kind of woods that fit together. It doesn't even have to be wood. You can even add stone and other kinds of blocks. Now you have enough wall to make it look like one whole room. As I said before, you can put in ceilings and floors and stuff in the side, but I can go into that later. For now, we want the walls to make sure they look nice. Of course, it's not the best idea to change up the kinds of woods. It's just best to go with whatever you have and stick with it. However, do make sure that it looks nice. And as I said, don't use the same kind of block. Have different kinds of blocks. It adds different kind of color and different kind of variations to the wall. Makes it look very nice. Walls are a very important structure for your house. It takes up like more than half of it. Of course, you probably don't want windows in the interior walls of your house. So for that, I can show you something a little bit different. And really the last thing you want is to go into the next room and have it not really match at all. So you need to be very considerate of that. If you can do it and it works, great job. The exterior is always the tricky part. It has to look nice both inside and out. Of course, you can build whatever you want, I don't really care. But at least this way your walls look nice. Alright, bye.